Yo, what up YouTube, what up boxing fans? Robert Guerrero will square off against Andre Berto to make his first defense of the WBC welterweight title. Overall, this is a very intriguing fight. There's definitely going to be a lot of heavy consequences for the winner. They might be lined up for a pretty big fight. You know, the winner of this fight is going to get a ton of marketing promotion against maybe guys like Mayweather, maybe guys like Bradley. You never know. So, you know, looking at this fight, Guerrero's really, to me, he does not have the power to really stand in there with full-fledged welterweights like Andre Berto. What he does have is great technical prowess. He's a technician. He's a very solid boxer. He's got good foot movement, he's got solid jabs, and he throws, you know, plentiful combinations to the body and to the head. He's got a decent uppercut, but he leaves himself open. You know, even, you know, his last fight at 147 against Selçuk Aydin, good fight, but he was getting hit a little too much by a very one-dimensional fighter. In fact, Aydin really gave Guerrero the signal to throw punches because he would constantly have his bunny ears up. He'd be covering his face right in front of Guerrero, and that gave him the green light to throw a combination. So that was a pretty easy fight technically for Robert Guerrero because he was a much better boxer than Aydin. And at the same time, Aydin found success just throwing his right hand. He didn't have to do anything with the jab. He just had to lead with the right hand, and he would land it consistently on Robert Guerrero's body and head. You know, it was sparingly that he would throw a jab, but when he did, it would land as well. So, like, what's going to happen when Berto, with his explosive power, lands his right hand? And he's got a great right hand. And if he can start leading with it, he can give Robert Guerrero a ton of problems. What Guerrero does well is boxes. You know, he can outbox a lot of great fighters, and he does it with his foot movement. You know, Guerrero constantly was turning Aydin throughout the fight with punches and foot movement, you know, and he was working good angles, and those were like the clear Robert Guerrero rounds, because he was constantly throwing combinations and then stepping to the side. In my opinion, that's exactly what he needs to do against Berto. Especially if Berto goes in there and he tries to brawl with Guerrero. You know, Berto might be the better inside fighter. That seems to be undetermined because Guerrero's a good inside fighter as well, but I expect Berto to be really a bigger force on the inside. You know, he's a stronger man. He can physically bully Robert Guerrero with his punches, with his you know, shoulders. He can grab on the inside whenever he wants. He can hold and hit. He can do a lot of different things. Another issue on the inside is sometimes Guerrero will lean down. He'll duck on the inside, and he'll be wide open for uppercuts. And that was definitely apparent in the Selçuk Aydin fight. And Andre Berto has a great right uppercut. It's an excellent punch that has knocked out many opponents. Overall, I see Guerrero having limited success, but I can see him outboxing Berto. Like, it's not out of the question. It's just, can he do it consistently? He has a knack for fighting on the inside. He has a knack for trading a little bit, and that's a really bad sign against a guy like Andre Berto. However, Berto's got to come in there, and he's got to try and box with Guerrero. That's not an easy task, but I think he'll be able to do it. He really just has to bring back his old foot movement. You know, against the Victor Ortiz fight, that epic classic he had with Victor Ortiz, Ortiz hurt him badly in the first round, and he hurt him again in the sixth. And after that, his legs were completely gone. He could not do anything with his legs. Like, he was literally probably on the ropes for most of the fight after the sixth round. but I don't expect Berto to get hurt like he was in the Guerrero fight. You know, there are certain punches that Guerrero just can't throw. He's a southpaw. His best punch is a straight left hand. You know, Victor Ortiz had a wicked left hook that really took a lot of steam out of Andre Berto. And I don't expect Guerrero to have the power to really affect Andre Berto significantly in the fight. Overall, I wouldn't be surprised if Andre Berto walked through Guerrero's punches to get on the inside and then tore him apart. I think Berto is a tremendous puncher at this weight, and I can see him breaking Guerrero down throughout the rounds. I think if someone is going to win a decision, I give the edge to Robert Guerrero. If someone's going to win by knockout, obviously I give the edge to Andre Berto. So, who do I think is going to win the fight? Ultimately, I favor Andre Berto. I'm not sure if he can win a decision. You know, Berto is good at throwing flashy punches. He's good at throwing combinations. But I think Guerrero is the better combination puncher. And Berto will surprise me if he does, in fact, throw the more telling combinations in this fight. But, you know, Guerrero is really the volume puncher, and he's going to be a lot better at scoring points. So I do expect Guerrero to have the edge if it goes to the cards. But I think Andre Berto is going to either hurt him in some rounds, and if he can get a knockdown, then I think Berto will be able to pull out a decision. So overall, I'm expecting Berto to win. If I have to pick, I think if he gets a few knockdowns, I think he can pull out a decision, but overall I have him winning by knockout. I just think his power is going to be too much for Guerrero, and you know, this is a guy that was considering moving up to 154, so he's definitely big for the weight. And he does have a longer reach than Robert Guerrero. Although Guerrero's taller, he's going to have to get inside Berto's range to land punches, and I think that's going to be his downfall. Overall, I like Berto in the fight. His explosiveness and power, I think, will be the more telling blows. And I think eventually he's going to hurt Guerrero. That's how I see the fight. I like Berto. And I think he could win by knockout. It is what it is, guys. Peace out, take care.